Arsenal versus Bournemouth. Here we go again, back into the Premier League, and this game is a must win. 3 points is needed, and nothing less than 3 points. We take 3 points tomorrow, and we're 12 points clear. Granted, Man City will have 2 games in hand, but that is pressure on. Did I say United? Sorry, City. That's what I meant to say. City will be 12 points clear of City. They'll have 2 games in hand, but every point that we're separated from them uh, is pressure to build on them, and they don't have an easy run in. You look at the 2 run-ins for Arsenal and Man City. Arsenal definitely have the easier run-ins. You look at Arsenal right now. We've got Bournemouth, Man City, Newcastle. Then it's Fulham, West Ham, Burnley, and Crystal Palace. And as for Man City's matches, I'll bring them up now. Excuse me. They've got Chelsea away, Arsenal at home, Burnley at home, Everton away, and that's a difficult game. Brentford at home, Bournemouth away. Bournemouth are a bit better away than at home than away. Aston Villa at home, and they're not easy. And granted, they still have to play Crystal Palace as well. That hasn't been decided yet, or at least to my knowledge, it hasn't been decided. So they've still got a fair few difficult games in there. The most difficult games that we really have are mostly behind us now, with the exception of Man City, which is undoubtedly the hardest game that we are going to have in the entire season. But let's have it this way. If Arsenal win against Bournemouth, especially if we win a comfortable, say, 3-0, just for argument's sake, and Man City drop any points whatsoever against Chelsea, and we're going into that game 11 or 12 points clear, how much does it really matter what happens in there? If we win, then that's great. We're a step closer to winning the league. And Man City, I think at that point, if we manage to beat Man City and Bournemouth, and Man City drop points twice, I think the City players will mentally check out. I don't see them having any faith whatsoever that they can win the league. But that's why this game is so important. The more points that we rack up, the better. And if we keep getting these 3 points, if City drop points, and it is partly vital that they don't, because if they do, they're in serious trouble. And you look at, as well, the points that they're on right now, and the points that they can end on if they go straight wins for the rest of the season. They could mathematically end the season on 85 points. Now, let's say they lose a game. Let's say they lose against Chelsea. That's 82 points. And if they lose to us the very next game, that's 79 points. If we win both our games, we're on 76. Think about that for a second. We could win the league by Fulham. And I know this is an simplification, but look, Man City are still a good side, but Chelsea are no mugs. And yes, they're not going to have Enzo Fernandez, at least as far as I'm aware they won't. But as things stand, pressure can really change a game. And if you're putting the pressure on Man City, you're basically doing half the job for Chelsea. It could also go the other way around, but 9 times out of 10 that I've noticed, it tends to be that pressure gets to players. As for Arsenal themselves, we've had a bit of an injury update with Eberechi Eze. He's good to go. He's ready for the game, and what a time to be ready for it now that Odegaard's a bit of a doubt. And we've still got Saka who's a doubt, Timber who's a doubt, Hincapi who's a doubt, Calafiori's a doubt. And I don't really know what to say about this. I'll give credit to Mikel Arteta on one thing. He is incredibly good, annoyingly good, at keeping his cards close to his chest. And I can appreciate that from a fan's perspective. But from someone who's trying to predict starting lineups, it's kind of a pain in the ass. So I think I have to assume that these players are going to be out with the exception of Eberechi Eze. But there's still a lot of talk as well of Arsenal in the transfer market it's looking more and more likely we can get Julian Alvarez over the line. And the sooner we can get someone like that over the line, plus a really good left winger, the better. But the left winger that we're hearing about more than anyone else is Anthony Gordon. Okay, Anthony Gordon. And look, I haven't seen enough of Anthony Gordon, but from what I have seen, I'm not sure if he's really an upgrade. We need an upgrade on that left wing side. I think Trossard's going to go. I think Martinelli's going to stay as a secondary, and whoever we bring in is going to be the starter. So you may as well make that starter someone really talented, someone who is dangerous. And I understand everyone wanted the PSG left winger. I'm going to call him KK because I've always called him KK. But it is an unrealistic price tag that's on him, over 100 million. And PSG were never really going to let him go. I mean, we can put pressure on him. Don't get me wrong. We can use the player to put pressure on PSG. We did the same thing with Victor Gyökeres with Sporting. And although Sporting was a bit more of a pain in the arse, we still did manage to get it over the line. So maybe be optimistic, but be realistic. That's my stance on it. But I also think we might need another creative midfielder because something does tell me that Odegaard's gonna go, and I think a lot of people are kind of debating back and forth between Odegaard. Do we keep him? Do we sell him? Is it time for him to go? Is he not performing enough anymore? And look, I do think he's gonna go. I think, yeah, he's done well for us when he has been here, and especially in the early parts of his career at Arsenal. I think it's time for a change for him, and I think that as a player, I think he should move. And this isn't me disrespecting Odegaard whatsoever. I just think at Arsenal, I don't think it's working out for him. I think it's time for him to move on, find a different challenge, go somewhere where he's got guaranteed game time, and then we'll have to find a replacement. And there's also a lot of talk of Arsenal potentially selling Lewis Skelly and Ethan Nwaneri, which I would hate to see. I don't want to see something like that. I'd like to see them loaned, don't get me wrong. They can get some guaranteed game time there, but they're Hale End kids. I don't ever want to see Hale End talent leave us. But I do think that will happen. And with the price that we might get for it, they reckon it's about 100 million for both of them. It is a very tempting price. But anyways, Arsenal versus Bournemouth in this unbelievably important game. And we're going to start off in goal. David Raya, I don't need to explain that one. Centre-back pairing, Gabriel and William Saliba. Of course, best centre-back pairing they can have. We do need our defence to really wake up in this kind of game, though. We absolutely need our defence at their best, but more than that, we need us going in and attacking them. The 3 points need to be secured. In the right back, because I've heard nothing about Timber, I'm going to assume he's injured, and I'm going to say Ben White. And Ben White, I thought he had a decent game, to be fair, against Sporting. Decent. And in the left back position, I have heard Calafiori's out injured. Hincapié's also out injured. So it's going to have to be Lewis Skelly. And let's see what Lewis Skelly can bring into this now. He's more of a midfielder than anything, but we'll have to see. And in the midfield, I'm going to start us off with Declan Rice. And of course, Declan Rice comes in and, of course, he puts in a performance like he usually does. And with him, Zubimendi. Don't need to explain that one. In the attacking half, I'm going to start us off with Madueke. And Madueke, of course, I don't think we have any other option aside from Max Dowman. But I think Max Dowman, it's better to bring him on as a substitute than anything else. On the left, I'm going to start us off with Trossard. I don't think Trossard does very well in general now. He might be able to prove me wrong. I hope he does. But I think Martinelli's too good when he comes on as a substitution. And in between them, of course, Eberechi Eze, it has to be. Who else is going to take that position? And up front, it's going to have to be Victor Gyökeres. And look, this is a very, very strong squad, even with the injuries that we have. And we should be beating Bournemouth. I'm not taking Bournemouth for granted, but we should beat them. And if we can get in there, secure the 3 points, go 73 points, put pressure on Man City, hopefully Man City drop points. But for now, win at Bournemouth and do everything that you can. All that matters is the 3 points, no injuries, no suspensions, nothing like that. But anyways, that is my match preview for Arsenal versus Bournemouth. Let me know what you think down below, and please subscribe. It really does help out the channel. I forgot most of my thing. That's what I was going to say. Like, share, and comment, and please subscribe. It really does help out the channel. And I will see you for the match review for Arsenal versus Bournemouth. Goodbye for now.